everyone that owns a website recognizes the value of having one, or else they wouldn't have invested the time and money and expense into getting one. However, the real reason why you have a website is because you wanted to do two things. You wanted to connect with your customers or tell people how to do business with you. Unfortunately, there isn't an easy way, at least that most people are aware of, to understand what their clients are really thinking when they are visiting your website. So for this particular video, I'm going to be going over some easy things that you can do to leverage your website to literally read your customers' minds. All right, without further ado, I'm going to jump into this. Oh, and before I jump into this, make sure you do the thing to like and subscribe to this particular channel. All right, so let's jump into it. So my name is Edward Ferguson. I am CEO and creative director here at thewebpagesite.com. If you guys are looking for a great web development team, feel free to check us out. Now, back to the topic at hand. Yes, your website. It's amazing. You spend a lot of money on it. You want customers to go to it. You're paying for ads, but you don't really know what the customers are thinking when they visit your website. Well, tip number one that you can do for your website to leverage it is to make sure that you have the analytics tools that are installed to it. So when I say analytics tools, I know a couple of you guys are going to be like, what? Analytics? You know, I'm not a math person. Well, fret not. These tools are relatively easy for you to install. As a matter of fact, we have some instructions on our website on how to install just some of these tools. So Google Analytics is probably one of the most popular tools out there. Basically, what these analytics tools do is they are pieces of software code that you put into your website, and it literally can track the actions of your customers. So if they are clicking a button or going to a particular page, and then if there's a progression of the pages, if they visit your home page and then they check out the team page, you'll be able to see all that data. In addition to that, you'll be able to see where they're located. You'll be able to see the duration that they're spending on each page. Really a lot of key information that is provided by those tools. Also, Facebook has a complement, and there's several other products in the market space. So don't get hung up on the particular brand names, but they all do essentially the same thing. They tell you what your customers are doing when they are physically on your website. It's a great tool to have. So that's tip number one, analytics tools. So that's Google or Facebook. Another thing that you can do is to install some key tracking type software, which I would classify those as, but essentially there's applications that you can literally see where people are clicking on the screen. It's the technical term that we call this in the industry is heat mapping software. But essentially, when the person scrolls down the page, that exact point where they click to scroll, you can see that. What this does is allows you to really see what the customers are doing, see what they're clicking on. So if there's an image there on the screen maybe, and they click on that image and it doesn't do anything, well, maybe that might be a cue for me as a developer to add a hyperlink to that or make that into an actual button because the customer believes something should be there. So that is something really cool that you can do. I would say there's a couple of products in the marketplace, so check out Hotjar, HOTJAR.com. Also, Microsoft is relatively new to the game too. They have a product in the space that is called Clarity. That product is absolutely free. All you have to do is register it and install it on your website. These software packages and suites are really, really powerful, and they're going to allow you to really understand what is your customers thinking, or at least what they're doing while they're visiting your website. The other thing, taking it back a couple of steps, a couple of notches, let's go a little bit old school, is to make sure that you have forms throughout your site. So if you've ever gone to one of these big box stores or e-commerce stores, if you look to the very right side, typically in the middle of the screen, the industry standard is to put it at least generally in that space, you'll see a feedback button or link. If you click on that button, there'll be a survey or a form or maybe even some questionnaire that allows customers to put information. Again, very powerful tool. So if there's something that's not working right on your website and your customers are looking for a way to express that, that feedback button is excellent to capture that type of data because it allows your customers to have a release and to literally just click a button and spread their grievances. And it also allows us as developers or as the website owner to understand what's not working. So that is another powerful thing that you can do. And then also just to have the traditional forms on your contact page. Why are you contacting us? Oh, I was inquiring about a product or a service. So many different things that you can do to leverage that. The trend now is to have Messenger integrated into your websites. That is another powerful tool that you can leverage to get feedback. So typically when people are on the website and they click on the forms, they're talking to a person. The workflow usually goes, "Hi, how can I help you? What's your name? What's your email address in case we lose contact?" And then it connects to the operator. Well, after the dialogue is finished with the operator, there's an opportunity for you to capture some additional customer feedback by putting a brief survey. Either the operator can say, "Would you mind staying on and completing this brief survey?" or it'll just pop up on a screen. So that is, again, another opportunity for you to capture that information. And I have to remind you guys, this stuff is low to no cost. Essentially, all you're going to be paying for is to have this stuff installed and configured. Now, if you want someone to analyze the data, you can absolutely do that yourself, or you can hire a team such as ours to go through that data and ensure that your website is doing what it needs to do. In wrapping up on this particular survey, I have to add this. This is very important. So when you have these type of tracking tools, it's very important for you to tell customers that you are capturing data, especially when you're using like the forms or the heat map software. So your privacy policy is really, really important. If you're doing this stuff, make sure you talk to your legal team to do the privacy policy. Also, your terms of service. So if you're expecting your customers to do a certain thing, make sure that stuff is all run by your legal team. So if you notice in some of the tools when you're setting them up, there's some information even in Google Analytics, and it has the legalese at the front, the EULA for the tools. Part of that requirement to use that particular tool is to tell customers that you are capturing some sort of data. So that is going to be super important. And then the last thing that I would say is to follow up in person. So now that you have the customer's feedback, you have the data, this is a good opportunity for you to absolutely just reach out to the customer directly. So you have the ability to contact them via email. Maybe you want to schedule a Zoom meeting with them to get some feedback. "Oh, I noticed that you filled out the survey. We'd love to get some direct feedback from you." Offer them some sort of incentives. Give them a discount for some of the products or services that you may offer. So that way they are compensated for their time and you're getting some valuable feedback. So it really gives them some incentive. Again, my name is Edward Ferguson. I am CEO and Creative Director here at thewebpagesite.com. Again, if you find that this video has some particular value to you guys, tag another business owner. All right. And don't forget to like and subscribe on this particular channel. All right, guys, till next video, I will see you next time.